Hey everyone, this side your Himanshu Mittal, your sales coach, and today we have come up with an exclusive interview, and I have a very special guest with me, Mr. David Angel, and he's gonna share his learnings, his wisdom with you. So if you are ready, just type in ready, just put in the chat. Let me see who all are ready on this live video. And Mr. David has been a good salesperson. He has been crushing sales through his life. He has been into telephone sales. He has been into door-to-door selling. He has been into high-ticket selling, selling products from tangible to intangible, selling investments, and a couple of more things. And I'm very much excited to have Mr. David over here, and let us just go to him, and let us hear from Mr. David himself. Hi, David. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So, how the things are after COVID?
Very good. Yeah, good, actually. I've been quite lucky, but I think the transition from face-to-face sales for myself with the coaching has been quite smooth anyway because of the online presence I've got. That's enabled me to not struggle too much. But I know for a lot of people out there, a lot of people have really struggled with the change. But in the UK, obviously, like most countries, we're on lockdown for quite a few months. But I think in this time, luckily, I managed to thrive through that. Again, I think with sales, it's one of those things. If you've got the right things in place, you should be able to thrive in these times as well.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. So, how have been your journey? Like, we want to learn about you. What have you been doing, and how was your journey of sales? And what what are the key learnings that you want to share?
Well, I mean, I'm in my 40s now, so I've just turned 40. I first got into sales in my
And
mid-20s.
believe me, David, you look 25.
I like it. So I come into sales in my early 20s. So I didn't come out of school. I was not a natural salesperson by any stretch. For me, sales was actually, I was a massive failure for my first year in sales.
Okay.
I struggled with, everyone always said to me before, because I could talk a lot, I'd be great at sales. But actually, it couldn't be further from the truth. With everything which I've learned over the years, really turned it on its head. So my first year was terrible. I mean, absolutely awful. People would be going off and doing sales and doing 5, 6 sales in a day, and I'd be lucky to get 2. And I could never understand why. And it was only really after my first year of learning what I'm doing, learning processes and what to do and when, and getting more structure behind it. But it all changed. And then progressing 20 years later, now being a sales coach, training other people all across the world on how to do exactly the same thing. What I'm trying to do is take all the experience that I've got, condense it down, and then give that to people so that they don't have to take 20 years to make the same mistakes, if that makes sense.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I love that spirit, David, when you talk about people, when you talk about, helping others people. I love that spirit, and I love, that thing in you. Yeah, fantastic. So, Javid, tell us, let other people, learn about the mistakes which salespeople do in sales call, which can cost you the sale, and mistakes to avoid.
There's so many. I think one of the classic ones is salespeople or bad salespeople always think that they should be doing the talking. And I think this is one of the classic mistakes that a lot of salespeople, especially new salespeople, they'll have a product that they want to sell and they just force it to people and force it to people. This is my water. You should buy my water. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Now, that's not selling. That's telling, not selling. And if you're telling people stuff, you're not selling to them. Selling is about communication. It's about asking the right questions. It's about troubleshooting, finding problems, finding issues, then working out how you're going to be the solution for the problem, not telling everyone they should buy this water. Now, yes, water is needed by everyone, but not everybody needs your water.
Correct.
So it's finding the big difference. And I think for a lot of people, if you're in sales and you've got 100 bottles of water, they're like, quick, everyone's first, you must. And it's almost arrogance that people think that I'm in sales, I have water, everyone should buy from me. When actually, you need to go out and serve those people. You need to go off and deliver to those people what they want. You shouldn't go out and expect to have 100 bottles of water, go to 100 people and expect to sell them all. actually it's going to be a hell of a lot lower. And I think one of the big mistakes that people make is they're coming into it trying to force their products onto people instead of going out and finding a database of people that sell a lot of water every day and selling it in batches, or finding people after they've done a run when they need water or whatever it might be. A lot of people are trying to just force a product. So that would be my main one, would be telling isn't selling, forcing products on people and not asking the right questions.
Wow, fantastic, fantastic, David. You just nailed it, and I'm sure people should learn it and implement it in their sales right away from today itself.
Good.
I'm sure people, if you learn this and implement it, you will get results in from the first week itself.
It will make a massive difference for people. The foundations for sales, the skill that people have, say if this is the start of sales and this is where you want to be, the path and the trajectory that you make is very much down to you in sales. You can come in and you can come in with your own mindset and think it's just what I know, I'm going to do it and sell. Now, some people out there, 5%, 10% of people come into sales are naturally gifted at sales and they do the right things. A lot of people have to learn how to do it. It's a bit like football. Some people can walk on a football pitch, kick a ball and score a goal straight away. That doesn't mean they're the best footballer. It just means they have a natural talent for kicking a football. The same with selling things. Some people understand the way people work. I didn't. So for me, it was about learning everything to do with sales.
Right.
And now that really serves me because now I understand everything from buyer type, prospecting, objection handling, closing, upsells, questions, everything that can go on with that. And then put it all together into a neat package and then make it look like it's easy.
Wow, wow, fantastic, fantastic, David. And and guys, if you really want to learn more sales, you can connect to David right away. I'm just tagging him in the video, so you feel free to contact David if you really want some help in sales, right? So all right.
Thank you.
So David, one question: how do you feel that in today's time? Do you feel that call calling works or it sucks?
I think cold calling done well is fantastic. The problem is it's the cost per acquisition. So it depends on a number of things. It depends on your product. And I think it depends on the cost per acquisition. So if you're selling a £5 product, but it costs you £30 to find a client, if you haven't got an upsell in there after, then it's a lost leader. But business to business wise, if, I don't know, for example, say if I'm talking to someone about coaching now, if I speak to someone about sales coaching and I can go into a business and help them make £300,000, if that costs them £20,000, that seems like a really good buy. So as cold calling, even if it cost me £10,000 to get a client, it would be worth it.
Makes sense.
Because you would, so that makes sense.
Right.
So a lot of the time, cold calling is done very badly. Very badly. Take my water, take my water, take my water. Right? What actually needs to happen is one of two things. You either need to be cold calling people which you know have a need or a problem or a desire that you can fix. And it's not just it's an annoying pain, it's a problem which is costing them money. If you've got a business now and you've got, I don't know, a plumbing company, and you know that all of your plumbers that you've got working for you are having the same problem, if someone comes in as a cold caller and says, listen, I know you're having a problem with 20 plumbers, this is costing you this, that, and the other. I just want to show you and see if I'm a good fit. Now, if you did that to enough plumbing companies, that's not bad cold calling because you're fulfilling a need. What a lot of people are used to, and we've all had the phone calls where someone's phoning up about changing your phone call, phone provider or your insurance. And cold calling, because it is cold, is unsolicited, therefore meaning you don't know, and most time it's very bad and old data that people have. So they're going through 1,000 people to turn that into 5 clients. The problem is with that, you're losing 995. So for every 5 people you sell, 995 people don't like you.
Right.
And because it's done so badly, it leaves a bad impression where actually if you approach someone in the right way, business to business, I think, is a lot easier. If it's done in the right way, where you're going to 1,000 people to introduce yourself with the idea you don't even need to try and get business off them now. If you're doing something like that, it's very, very different. Then you need a bit more of a longevity period where you're planning to cold call over the space of, say, a month. Because on day one, you're contacting 150 people. Hi, I'm David from ABC Company. Just to let you know, we've been working with your competitor down the road and we've done ABC. Is that something which is of interest? No. Okay, great. When will you be looking at it again? Okay, brilliant. Well, thanks for your time. Listen, we're going to send you a free gift, a pen or whatever. Now, that ends the call quite nicely because it's been quick. You've introduced yourself potentially for the future, and you've left it as a good note. Or whether you're going to invite them to something, or if you're trying to give someone something, a cold call isn't as bad. Most cold callers are trying to take something, take their time, take their money, take their product, swap their product.
Attention.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So there's a wide range on that. Actually, if you're giving something and you're not asking for in return, then you won't get a bad result, and you can build a good database from that.
Right. Wow. Wow. David, that was awesome. And
No
guys
problem.
who are watching it, I'm so much thankful to David because, we are just getting this much of information for free. And guys,
Exactly.
just
No
don't
charge.
watch it. Don't just watch it. If you really want to make it work, implement it. Implement your learning.
It's exactly that. I think with a lot of people out there, you can be the wisest person in the graveyard, but if you're not actioning what you learn, it's completely pointless. Being in a pub and telling your friend, a lot of salespeople do this, where they're great at telling their friends how great they are at sales, but they spend more energy telling their friends and family how great they are at sales than they actually do selling. They're better at selling their friends on why they're a good salesperson than they're actually good at selling their product to the prospect.
Right.
And we all know those people in sales, but they get to the pub in the evening, oh, I did this today and I did that and I said this and I said, well, actually, if you've done a good enough job, you should be tired at the end of the day and not want to tell everyone else about what you did.
Right.
If that makes sense.
And I just heard this thing just this week only. Somebody said that if you know what is the day today, that you are not doing enough work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is the thing. It's a valid point.
Yeah, fantastic. So, David, last question. What is the one piece of advice, like if people could take one thing from this interview, what is that?
Learn faster. Learn faster. Apply more of what you learn and fail faster.
Wow.
Make double the amount. If you double the amount of mistakes you make, it sounds terrible. But if you're not an idiot, and if you don't plan on, if you keep doing the same mistake, that's bad. But if you try, say if you're doing business to business sales and you're contacting someone to get business, if you spend the next 100 days doing a different pitch every single day, which is structured and well organized and executed by an expert, not just randomly, even if you fail, the likelihood you will fail on 100 days is very slim. Very slim. But if you say, done it for 8 days and you know that hasn't worked, then you can sit there on the end of the 8th day, you can cross off, we tried this, and this, and that didn't work. Bang. You know that doesn't work. So you've actually learned a lot. You've learned a lot about what your buyers don't need. But a lot of people see that as a negative. What they need to do is go, right, that's what we don't need. What do we need? So we tried this here, so actually that means this will work. A lot of the time, it'll be polar opposites. You've tried this, it didn't work. So, okay, well, that will work. Now you've got a foundation on how to approach someone. And if you do that and apply it accurately every day, and you're bringing in new knowledge every day, and you'll get a lot better. My other point would be, what you learn today, you will apply today. If today I learn how to objection handle better for no money, and so someone says no money, and I've just learned 10 new ways of handling that objection, that's fresh in my mind and ready to apply.
Right.
But if you don't learn anything today, you're going to half remember something you've done from yesterday, or half remember from a month before. Life is not about learning something once. It's about applying over and over again. If you look at any superstar sports player, look at the David Beckhams of the world of football, look at the LeBron Jameses in basketball, these guys were the top of their game and worth hundreds of millions of pounds. And they were still there before everyone else, practicing. They were there after everyone else, practicing. They were trying the same one over and over and over, making sure it was perfect. In sales, a lot of people are earning very minimal money and they're not trying. They're moaning that they're not making commissions, but they're not working on their craft. They're not learning a new habit. What you are today and what you do today is a direct reflection of what you studied last month.
Right.
The money in your bank account now is a direct reflection of your spending habits a year ago. If you were saving a year ago to now, you're in a better position. And if you haven't took new knowledge on from a year ago to now, you're missing a trick, because we are not at our best. I am not. I'm still reading now. I read every day. I do personal development every day. And I'm doing all right in life.
Right.
But you've got to keep learning that craft. You've got to keep doing it, because buyers are getting smarter than ever, which is great. But what we also need to make sure is that we are adapting to the changes. COVID-19 gives us a lockdown, gives us an opportunity where people are at home more than ever. So if you've always had the problem as a salesperson, you can't get through to people, now you can get through to more people. So you've just got to be more effective. Makes sense?
Absolutely. Guys, if just type aha. If you get aha moment, just type aha at this moment only. You know, see the level of knowledge. If you can implement this thing in your life, you will be on a next level, you know, just from tomorrow only. And as just, you know, just as David said rightly, you see the amount of effort of failing, you see the cost of failing, you don't see the cost of not taking action, right? And that is huge, right? So and if you
You'll
want
never
to,
see it. And a
yeah,
lot of people will never see that cost. The cost of inaction or bad action, even more.
right,
You know, have you ever,
right,
you know when you see yourself on camera and you see a video, I don't like videos of myself. I hate it. But
me too,
the problem is, everyone says, oh, I hate myself on camera. But that's what everyone else sees.
right,
We don't like it because we're only seeing this for the first time. But if you
right,
don't like what you see, or you don't like the way you sound, that's what everyone else hears every single day.
yes,
So if you don't like the way that is on there, change. If you
right.
don't like the way you come across, change. If you think you
You
mumble
are
too
not a
much,
tree, you are not a tree, you
you are
can
not a
change, right,
tree. As Gary Vee says, you're not a tree. So
right,
if you're happy with who you are, fantastic. Keep as you are. If you're happy for who you are and what you do, keep doing what you do. But if you're not getting the results you want, change. If you're not happy with the way you act, change. If you're not
right.
happy with the way you come across, change. But no one is making people stay the same. But what there's no point in doing is spending the next 20 years saying, I should do this and I should do that, and then not. Because by that point, you'll then use the excuse it's too late.
Absolutely. Awesome. Awesome, David. And thank you for your time. I know I'm just
An
so much
absolute
thankful
pleasure.
for your time, for being here, taking your precious time, and, you know, coming over here and just sharing your knowledge and wisdom with us.
No problem at all.
And I'm look forward to have you again here on some different topic we'll be talking about.
Love to. That'd be great.
Thank you. Thank you very much, David. Bye bye.